Have you ever thought about ancient wisdom not as philosophy, but as software? Today, we're going to reimagine some profound Buddhist ideas as a high-performance operating system for your mind. This isn't just about theory. It's about engineering a completely new way of experiencing reality. All right, let's boot this up.
And this, right here, is the central question. It's the diagnostic you run to see what system you're currently on. Think about it. Do you go through your day just reacting to emails, to traffic, to whatever life throws at you? Or are you consciously building a system that's designed to not just handle the world, but to actively influence it?
You see, most of us operate in default mode. Our mood, our focus, our decisions, they're all just a response to what's happening outside of us. But the Bodhisattva OS, that's a total flip of the script. It's a proactive framework. It's about designing and building a system from the inside out that creates change. You stop being just a user of your circumstances and you become the architect.
So, let's get into the specs of this thing. We're not talking about just installing a few new habits or apps. No, this is a full system-level upgrade. It's about making that fundamental shift from someone who just uses their mind to someone who is the lead engineer of their own consciousness.
And the ambition here is, well, it's huge. The end goal isn't just to be a little happier or a bit more mindful. The goal is to literally engineer a complete, self-running, fully automated system for awakening. A mental framework that, once it's built and running, just keeps going, constantly optimizing itself for greater wisdom and compassion.
Now, any powerful operating system needs a rock-solid foundation, right? Something it can rely on no matter what. So, what's the core architecture that makes this OS practically unshakable? It all starts right here, with this one idea. The system you build can only ever be as big as the goal you set for it. You know, if your goal is just to have a comfortable life, you'll build a system for that, and that's its ceiling. The Bodhisattva OS starts by setting an infinite goal, the liberation of all beings. That puts the ceiling at infinity, which means the potential for growth is literally limitless.
So, okay, how does a system with such a huge goal handle stress and pressure? It develops what we can call an as-a-mountain mind. Just picture a massive mountain during a hurricane. The winds are screaming, rain is lashing down, but the mountain itself, it doesn't move. It's completely stable. And that stability doesn't come because the weather is nice. It comes from its very nature, its internal structure. And this is the real secret. This OS isn't about trying to find a calm, stress-free environment. It's about building an internal cognitive framework so robust that it can handle basically infinite pressure without ever cracking. True resilience isn't about what's happening to you. It's about what you've built inside.
And to prevent any system crashes, you know, those moments of doubt or despair, the OS runs a constant integrity check based on 4 core beliefs. It's an unshakable trust in the goal itself, a deep belief in the path that gets you there, faith in the community that's on the journey with you, and a profound trust in the entire process. These 4 act like the system's fail-safes. No matter how bad the storm gets, the core system never collapses.
Okay, foundation is in place, it's solid. Now it's time to install a CPU and the power supply. What is it that actually drives this incredibly ambitious operating system?
The processing power of the Bodhisattva OS really comes down to this simple but incredibly profound equation. It's the ability to see everything, every thought, every feeling, every single event with perfect clarity. That's total awareness. But, and this is key, you don't get stuck on any of it. That's non-attachment. It's like having infinite data input, but with zero computational drag.
And the power source, what keeps this whole thing running? It's not just, feeling motivated one day. It's powered by what are called Vajra-like vows. Vajra means diamond. So these are diamond-hard, unbreakable commitments to that infinite goal we talked about. This vow literally creates a perpetual motion machine of motivation. The system can never run out of juice because its mission is endless. So an amazing foundation, an infinite power source, but a system is useless if it doesn't actually do anything, right? So let's look at how this OS actually executes. How does it turn these huge vows into real-world action?
And this brings us to this really fascinating paradox that sits right at the heart of the system's logic. On one level, from the highest possible perspective, the OS understands that everything is impermanent, empty, fundamentally unattainable.
But, and this is the absolute genius of the whole system, that deep understanding doesn't lead to giving up. It doesn't mean nothing matters. In fact, it's the very thing that fuels the most dedicated, compassionate action. It's like knowing the game is infinite
but you still play every single move with total commitment. Understanding emptiness doesn't stop action, it purifies it.
And because that ultimate goal is so massive, the OS is just ruthlessly efficient. There are no wasted CPU cycles. All of its resources, time, focus, energy, are strategically allocated only to the tasks that directly serve that primary mission. It's all about strategic focus.
And this really gets to the core of it all. The Bodhisattva OS is all about execution. Vows are not just beautiful, poetic ideas. They are project plans. Every single intention gets operationalized. Every goal is broken down into a series of concrete actions to be taken in the real world. This system isn't about thinking about changing the world. It's about doing it.
Okay, so this all sounds incredibly powerful, maybe even a little intimidating. So the real question is, how can we start to install some of these modules into our own lives? Let's break it down into a practical upgrade guide.
So here's your path. First, elevate your goals ceiling. Ask yourself, what's the highest possible good I can aim for? Push your ambition beyond just yourself. Second, build that stress-resistant structure. Don't just hope you can handle pressure. Actively engineer your mind and your routines to thrive on it. Third, train for the long term. Start thinking on a bigger timescale, not just this year, but this lifetime and beyond. Fourth, strengthen your execution. Turn your best ideas into your next actions. Close the gap between intention and reality. And finally, number 5, establish your core belief system. Figure out what you truly, deeply believe in, the things that will keep you stable when everything else is shaking.
And if you take away just one thing, let it be this. The ultimate upgrade isn't about adding one more meditation practice or reading another book. It's about fundamentally changing your identity. It's the mental shift from seeing yourself as someone who just does practices to seeing yourself as an engineer who builds a system for growth.
So I leave you with this question. Think of it as a daily diagnostic you can run on your own operating system. Just ask yourself, in this moment, am I just being driven by my environment, reacting to what's around me, or am I actively building a system designed to make a real difference in the world? Because that choice, right there, is where the whole upgrade begins.